And we are live. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another DTF live podcast. Joining me today is Amy of Illumination Wellness, and she will be covering some cool stuff like why yoga is so beneficial to lifters. But first and foremost, let's learn a little bit more about the instructor herself. Amy, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, clearly my name's Amy. I'm a yoga teacher. I've been teaching for about 15 months now. I took the training in 2021 with Danielle Bryan, and it changed my life. Yoga has changed my life since I started here a few years ago, approximately 4 years ago. I was just in a place where it was time to change my life. And I had a friend who had done just that by going to Common Ground Yoga and showing up, and she became a teacher. And I was like, okay. So I started showing up and doing the thing, and yoga teacher training came around and I did it. So yoga's a big part of my life. I'm also a waitress here, a couple places in town, but yoga's my passion.
Oh, I didn't know that. Where do you do waitressing at?
The Saratoga here in Terre Haute, and also the Terminal.
Oh, I've been wanting to check out the terminal. I've heard it's really freaking nice.
It's
Is
pretty
it
good, yeah.
is it owned by the same people who own Charlie's?
It is. It
Okay.
is.
I didn't know if that was a rumor or not, but cool. Awesome, awesome. So, how long have you been on your own personal fitness journey? I know that you said you got into yoga and it changed your life. What else do you do?
Well, the fitness journey has been like a lifelong journey for me. I grew up on potatoes, eating a lot of potatoes, and kind of got to be a chunky girl growing up on a farm. And so off and on, I kind of would go through these spells where I would exercise, and do a whole bunch of fitness, and then I would fall off a wagon. One of my favorites was Jillian Michaels' 30-Day Shred. I would just pop
Hmm.
on, do 30 days, get shredded, and then, slack off. But the thing when I found yoga was I also found consistency. So that's been nice. Um, yeah.
Yeah, having those kind of routines definitely help. Like having something that you constantly have driving you and something you actually enjoy makes a world of difference.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's been really beneficial for me in so many different ways.
So, waitressing, is this something that you've done for a while too, or is that like you just recently started doing that on the side of doing yoga?
Oh no, I've been a waitress since my first job. Yeah, just it's something I enjoy, serving the public.
You must be a very, very patient woman.
I'm very patient.
So, what are some tips you would give people if they were interested in getting into yoga? Would you like suggest doing classes, videos first? What would you be some of the first steps you would suggest people do?
All the above is good. I have several videos that I like to tune into that are my personal favorites on YouTube. That just kind of get you out of your own head whenever you don't want to have to think about it.
Hmm.
I Sorry, I got kind of lost there.
No
Um,
worries.
so yeah, just yoga, it benefits everybody in so many different ways, and you can watch it on on there, or you can go to classes. I really like to show up to the classes in person with the people because each person kind of brings their own thing to the table. Like they have their own essence, they have their own flow, their own energy. It's really nice. And
Oh, hey,
anybody can do it. It's not just for people who exercise and are fit. It's for people who have never done any kind of fitness or exercise or anything at all. You can show up and do yoga.
I follow a couple yogis on the YouTubes as well, which I'll come back to that here in just a second. But first and foremost, hey Tammy, how's it going? It's awesome seeing you. And Tammy wanted to know if your class is beginner friendly.
I personally believe that all yoga classes are beginner friendly because you can always come back into your child's pose. Like if anything ever feels like it's too intense, you can just always come back to your child's pose and just find your center and then come back in and join whenever you're ready. And a lot of teachers have cues for beginners that so that if certain poses are harder for those beginner people, they can put you in certain other poses or give you modifications or cues for those poses to make it easier for you.
Gotcha. Awesome. So I agree too that especially her class. I took her class. I'm not flexible. I've never done yoga in my life, and I survived. Um, and I actually found it very enjoyable. And Madison Puckett, the member of the month, really enjoyed the session as well. Madison, you need to come back to the next one. You'll be there next Saturday, so you should be there.
Wonderful.
And also, congratulations on being member of the month, Madison. That's freaking awesome. Way to kill it. You actually got it because you attended the most sessions consecutively. So good work.
It's very cool.
Amy, I know I suggested not doing this, but let's go ahead and see if it is the camera I gave you that's messing up. Would you mind going to that setting and then changing your camera from the Logitech Stream Pro thing to the internal one? Okay, so that's so much better. Apparently the camera I gave you is now broken. Although I gotta admit the abstract art that you were was kind of cool. But
yes, it was fun, but yeah, cool.
Well,
So we wanted to talk about weightlifting and yoga and why weightlifting is so important or why yoga is so important for weightlifters. So I actually did some studying on this and found that, these are already things that I knew, but I wanted to study.
One more thing before you jump into the main topic. Could you turn your microphone around? I figured now that you're not a pixelated, I can now see why
you
the
can see that I was doing it wrong the whole time.
Yes, that is so much better. I was like, man, I can barely hear you. What's going on? So you're talking at the blue logo on there where it says blue. There you go. Perfect. Thank you so much, Amy. I was like, man, it's so quiet. Why is it so quiet? Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So, without further ado, Amy, being the expert that she is, has done some research on why yoga is so important for lifters. So, if you don't mind, go ahead and share that with us.
Okay, so in combination with weightlifting methods, yoga is an additional way to increase endurance and strength and improve complete body posture and achieve balance and flexibility. It's going to help maximize physical performance, and while the meditative side of yoga contributes to your inner stability and mental balance. So yoga helps with everything.
So if someone like me, who has very awful posture in general, yoga would help correct that then?
Yes. Yeah, as I'm sitting here with my terrible posture and I'm all over here, yoga has actually helped me to build a better posture and maintain it. So I'm over here slacking off. I apologize for that. But yes, it does. It helps with your everyday posture and your balance inside of your body.
Okay, awesome. And would you say there's an optimal time to do it? Like, should you do yoga before you lift, after you lift, on your rest days? Is there more like what's the optimal routine to get into?
I think any time of the day personally is good, but when I read up on it earlier, it said to do it after your workout as a cool down instead of like before, to get all flexible before like you're going to do your lifting. It preferred that you do it after.
That makes sense. I do know that static stretching, which I know a lot of your movements wasn't very static, but static stretching can lead to movement pattern alterations, which can be kind of detrimental to lifting. So it does make sense to do it after. Is there any particular lifts or any particular poses you would recommend to a lifter?
I'd recommend all of them, but there's just a few main poses that are the best poses. Is the child's pose, the downward dog, a ragdoll. Ragdoll, you just kind of like bend it at the hips and your head is down and letting the weight come to your head and just kind of releasing all of it. I think that one's one of my favorite poses. Yeah, those ones are really good. Yes.
That makes perfect sense, considering the upper bodies would always get so tight on everyone. So,
yeah, I think that those are probably just essential poses you should be doing every day.
Awesome. And do you offer a class every day at Illumination Wellness that someone could join?
We have several classes here every single day that y'all can be coming and joining in anytime. And your first class is free, so come on in.
Perfect. That's awesome. So if someone is there like a packet? Do you guys do like packages? Do you pay per session? How does your structure work?
We have multiple ways. So you can come in and just take a drop-in class for $15, or we have a 33 days for $33, 10 class pack. I'm not sure what that's going for right now, but we have several different options for people who want to come in and check out the studio and try it out.
Oh, okay, cool. Is there a link I can share with everyone so they can check out all the different cool things?
There are links I will send to you so that you can get those over. Yes.
Awesome. Well, with that being said, what is something I do like to ask people who are an expert in these fields, and something that I'm actually curious because I want to know. We've mentioned a lot about being beginner friendly, and rather your sessions are beginner friendly and all those lines of things. Who's some people that you followed whenever you were first getting into yoga, or still follow now, that has helped you along your way?
The people that I have followed that have helped me along my way the most, I have 3 different people. Lindsay Skelton at Common Ground Yoga was actually the first person that I felt comfortable showing up at her classes and coming in regularly. She kind of got me going there. And then Kelsey Terry, the owner of the studio, she is a fantastic yoga instructor. She has great energy, and she's just so supportive and caring. And then I met Danielle Bryan, and she started Illumination Wellness here. She has been incredible, an incredible mentor, somebody that I can definitely look up to, and many people can look up to here in our community.
Awesome. And will anyone get to meet her whenever they come into Illumination Wellness? Does she live around here?
She does live around here, yeah. She's close by, and she pops in and out, and she also teaches classes and sound journeys. So there's multiple ways that you can find her as well.
That's really cool. I think I met her one time. She was very uplifting and very motivating, which is really cool.
She is. She definitely is.
This is also a side note question for my own personal curiosity. There was a lady there who came in. I think her name was Bree or Brianna, something along those lines. I'm probably butchering that. I went to college with her, so I should know this, but I don't. But she does something with water.
So it's the Kangen alkaline water machine, Brenna.
Brenna, that's what it is. I knew there was a B. I've been very curious about that. Is that related to yoga, or what is that?
It is alkaline water, a healthy alkaline water. I don't know all of the ins and outs of it, but I always feel more hydrated when I drink it. It has like this electrolysis thing that it does to the water, and it makes it healthier pH. You can get different levels of pH balanced water. So you get to kind of choose what level of detox you want in your body. So it's very cool. It's just something that we use here at the center, and yeah, I drink it too.
That's really cool.
I'm pretty dedicated to it.
I will definitely send people over that way because, hydration is very important for regardless of what your goals are.
And you should get your own machine there at Dedicated, because then you can have your own alkaline water, right?
That's cool. Does it just connect to a water fountain or something, or?
It can connect to, if you have some kind of a faucet there, it can connect to faucets. I don't know that it would go to your water fountain, but it would definitely connect to a faucet. You guys could definitely use that healthy alkaline water over there.
That's pretty cool.
Yes.
I'm sure it's just as energizing as a strong monster, but,
I'm sure.
Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, and I definitely appreciate you hopping on here with me. But before I hop off, is there anything else that you'd like to say to anyone, or something to encourage someone if they were interested in checking out your sessions?
I just really hope that y'all show up here at Dedicated Health and come to some of these yoga classes and show up for yourself and for the community, and let's get it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Amy, and thank you everyone who watched this. I'm looking forward to seeing all of you. Again, congratulations, Madison. And just a quick little snap bit of things that are coming up. We'll be having a group shopping trip where we show you how we pick out our groceries on the 13th. And we also have bulletin boards going to help you remember when sessions are, like Amy's wonderful yoga session that is every Saturday at 9 a.m. But until next time, stay dedicated.